Okay. So just to wrap up the whole thing, uh, we know that the graft is fixated by either by suturing or by glue, and the glue mechanism is like the human coagulation process. It forms a fibrin clot by reaction with prothrombin and thrombin, and so it's a synthetic process. The glue is costly. So we thought that if the synthetic glue can be helpful, so why not the natural blood produced in the field of surgery and use it as a clot to fix the graft. So we have developed this unique procedure of graft fixation without suturing and without the use of synthetic glue. We use the auto blood. So here the thin film of blood clot is formed over the wear area while you are uh, making the donor graft. It's a very thin, slightly larger size donor graft without the tenons, and it's now lying over just by the side of the bare area. The blood clot has been formed over that area, and this will be our glue in this procedure. So now this graft will be flipped over this bare area, and we have to oppose the edges of the graft with the recipient conjunctiva at various places, taking our time. At least 3 to 5 minutes time should be given for this apposition of the graft, so the graft is not dislodged. This autoblad is now acting as our glue. So this is the fixation of the graft, taking away the excess serum, and go on fixing the different places by pinching the donor graft with the recipient conjunctiva. So the dislodgement of this graft should not be done in the immediate postoperative period. So we use perivalvular anesthesia in these cases and postoperative eye patching for at least 4 to 6 hours. So these are the postoperative pictures of following suturings, fibrin glue, and this autoblad technique. The complications of conjunctival grafting surgery in pterygium are fortunately very minimum. So we are talking, these are a few situations which we can face after the surgery. This is the seroma, the hematoma. These are innocuous things. But if there is a non-limbal edge recession for more than 3 to 4 millimeter, we have to either suture it or regraft that area. And if there is a graft loss, then we have to take the patient immediately after surgery again. And this is one complication I am going to talk about. This is called a bow stringing. That is actually an overhanging of the conjunctiva, which is slightly uh, more than adequately sized. It is overhanging onto the cornea, and cosmetically the appearance is not very good. So you just make a cut with a 11 Badpaka blade or a side port instrument of the phaco, and cut and excise the excess part of the overhanging conjunctival graft. So now it looks fine. So here the main thing was that which surgery to do and when to do the surgery for pterygium. These are the basic questions we face. So let us take a review of the literature. We found that Bayer-Schleder technique or simple excision technique has an unacceptable high recurrence rate, and it Bayer-Schleder with MMC, the recurrence rate decreased, but the fatal complications with MMC were reported, even loss of eye. And then we found that conjunctival autografting has a very acceptable recurrence rate with no fatal complications, and it can be combined with the amniotic membrane transplant. And combined conjunctival autografting with amniotic membrane transplant gives perhaps a bit more successful result than conjunctival autografting technique alone. But again, amniotic membrane transplantation is a difficult procedure and requires some other tissue to be harvested. And as Dr. Mohanto pointed out, that there is no significant issue regarding conjunctival autograft than limbal conjunctival autograft in primary pterygium, but may have a better result limbal conjunctival autograft in recurrent pterygium cases. Then regarding the fixation of the graft, the fibrin glue versus sutures, the fibrin glue has a downright advantage. The postoperative period and the recurrence rate, everything is more comfortable. And autoblad may be an alternative to fibrin glue where the glue is not available because of cost or other situations. So our questions was when to do the surgery. So in case of primary pterygium, if the grade is 3, advancing pterygium, corneal encroachment is more than 4 millimeter, and there are refractive changes associated with the pterygium, we should go for immediate surgery. And recurrent pterygium, we should always go for immediate surgery. And how to do this? I think we have been able to, through our description, we have been able to answer that question, where we should do, either we should do a simple excision or we always go for a tissue graft. We should always go for a tissue graft. And conjunctival autograft is sufficient for primary pterygium. In case of recurrent pterygium, we should think about CLAG. We should think about CAG with amniotic membrane, or slit procedure in very difficult situation like the double pterygium or symblepharon. Regarding fixation of the graft technique, glue should be the primary choice, and suturing should be avoided as much as possible. Adjuvant like use of adjuvant like MMC should be very cautious, should be the lowest strength for minimum duration possible, and amniotic membrane should be resolved in difficult situations. So thank you everybody for joining this session.